Good evening and welcome to the International Great Black Read Aloud Day 2026. And we are here on day 17, Children's Literature Day. This year, I'm missing one of my favorite uh, little people readers, but we are going to read and hopefully we'll have something later in this year's session or this month's session with one of our little people. She's a great reader, and I look forward to perhaps sharing her reading with you. We are here at the International Great Black Read Aloud Day, where we are giving voice to words written by Black people around the world. And it is our pleasure to read for educational purposes because we want to encourage the exploration, purchase, and reading of books written by Black people. And that is what we do here at TIGBRAD, as we call it. Well, we are partners with Fresh Book Festival, and Fresh Book Festival believes that literacy is a legacy, and no other day in our reading cycle that we like to stress the importance of literacy, the importance of reading, and reading comprehension. And that is what we do on Children's Lit Day. So we want you to read with your children, read with your grandchildren, read with your charges, and encourage them to be lifelong learners, lifelong readers, so that reading becomes something for which they have a passion because everything they do, they need to learn how to read about it. Right? Okay. Um, our selection for today is, as we typically do, we usually do a Black invention and something about a Black invention or a Black inventor, I should say. And in this case, we have a new entry to our list, and it is, I'm going to put that up first so I don't forget. And it is Black Inventors 15 Inventions That Changed the World by Kathy Trusty. And it's a really good read. It's written well for children between the ages of 8 and 12. And so it's very interesting. It's got questions at the end of the chapters. And so it's a very good book for um, teaching them about inventions. And these are somewhat rather important inventions, I would say. We see them in pretty much everyday life. And so we're excited about sharing that. Okay. Let me take this off the screen and there I'm back. And let's put up I should tell you that my name is LD Robinson and I am your reader for tonight here at the International Great Black Read Aloud Day. It is day 17, Children's Lit Day. And as we said, our selection for today is Black Inventors 15 Inventions That Changed the World by author Kathy Trusty. And so we're going to read the intro because it's a very helpful intro. And then we're going to read a selection from one of the inventors, about one of the inventors. An intro. It is incredible how many things that people use and rely on every day started with someone wanting to solve a problem. And it is absolutely amazing how technology, which people don't even realize they are using, was developed because an inventor had an idea and was curious to see where that idea would lead. Excuse me one second. Let me go back and make sure I put up our logo. Okay. Inventors are creative. They like to tinker and make things not only because they want a financial reward, but because they like to create and improve things. For many inventors, that creative process started when they were young. Over the years, great achievements have been made in science and technology. Black inventors have been responsible for many of those achievements and have created some of the greatest inventions the world has ever seen. Many of these Black inventors came from humble beginnings and faced many challenges. But as the inventor and engineer Mark Dean has said, there may be obstacles, but there are no limits. You will likely be amazed at some of the things in your home, things that you use every day, but never really think about. were created by a Black inventor. This book features 15 of these inventors and their inventions. Some were problem solvers, while others were just curious. However, they all started with an idea and became great after seeing it through. You will learn their stories and the obstacles they had to overcome, and you will see how determined they were. Take Lonnie Johnson, who was working on a heat pump and accidentally made one of the best selling toys in the world. Then there was Marie Van Britten Brown, who didn't feel safe in her home. She created her own home security system. You will also read about Elijah McCoy, who invented a way to apply oil to a moving train's engine so it could keep going and stay on schedule. And you will read about Sarah Good, who invented a desk that folded out into a bed. Most of the inventors featured in this book did not start with much more than an idea. If you have an idea and wonder if it makes sense, don't be discouraged. Keep thinking about it, keep improving on it. Who knows? It could one day lead to a big invention. And we're going to read about Miss Sarah Good. This is a very interesting story. I learned something, and so her story, I think you will find that you see it all the time. Her invention being the genesis for something that is done used every day. Okay, and so Sarah Good was born in 1855, somewhere around 1855, and passed in 1905. Her invention is the cabinet bed. When people think about inventors, they rarely think of women and are often surprised when they hear that women inventors came up with some of the things that make people's lives better. Many women are responsible for some of the comforts people enjoy in their homes today. So, the next time you visit a relative, or you're offered a pull out sofa or a folding cot to sleep on, think about inventor Sarah Good. Sarah created a unique piece of furniture called a cabinet bed and became one of the first Black women in the United States to receive a patent for their invention. Sarah Good was born Sarah Elizabeth Jacob in Toledo, Ohio, sometime between 1850 and 1855. A few years after the Civil War ended, her family moved to Chicago, Illinois. Sarah's father worked as a carpenter, and her mother stayed home to take care of Sarah and her three siblings. Sarah attended school in Chicago, but how long she went and what grade she reached is unknown. In 1880, she married Archibald Good, who was a carpenter and stair builder. Sarah became a business owner and opened a furniture store with Archibald. She was committed to making her customers happy and did what she could to fulfill any furniture needs they had. One particular problem caught her attention and she focused on solving it. Many of Sarah's customers lived in cramped apartments in the working class section of Chicago. During this time, it was common for multi generational families to live together. Apartments in Chicago were very small and could not fit all the furniture a family needed to live comfortably. Even when they could afford the furniture they needed, families did not have the space for it. Sarah's customers often complained about that while they were shopping in her store. After hearing those complaints, Sarah started working on a solution. Her solution was a folding bed or hideaway bed. Having grown up with a father who was a carpenter and being married to one, Sarah was very familiar with carpentry and building things. She used the knowledge she had gained from watching her father and husband and came up with an idea for a piece of furniture that could be a bed at night and a desk during the day. Families could have more space when everyone was up and moving around. Sarah invented a bed that would become a roll top desk when folded up. Roll top desks were a popular piece of furniture. They looked very nice and were found in many homes and offices. It's likely that Sarah chose that style because she was a businesswoman. Plus, roll top desks were great for places that did not have a lot of space. They had a flexible cover that could be pulled down to cover the desktop or writing area and rolled up when someone needed to use it. When Sarah's cabinet bed was folded, It looked just like a normal roll top desk and had all the features of a regular desk. There was a writing area that parents could use to write letters and children could use to do their homework. It had drawers like a normal desk. It also had pigeonholes, which are small slots for storing things such as stationery, mail, and writing supplies. Sarah's invention was unique and extremely functional, and it was very good for small spaces. Using her carpentry experience, Sarah was able to ensure that the bed could be lifted, folded, and unfolded without breaking apart or damaging the desk. She also included extra support under the bed center part when it was unfolded so it would not sag in the middle. Excuse me. On July 18th, 1885, Sarah received a patent for her folding cabinet bed. Excuse me. It was not easy in those days for a black inventor to obtain a patent, but Sarah remained determined. She had been working on her invention since 1883. Over the years, cabinet beds became more and more popular. Like Sarah's cabinet bed, they were designed to be used as another piece of furniture. Other inventors had some success with variations on the hideaway too. In 1911, the Murphy bed was invented for the same reason that Sarah created her cabinet bed. The Murphy people needed furniture for small living spaces. The Murphy bed began as a bed that was pushed up and into a wall when not being used. Then, later versions of the Murphy bed became more like Sarah's version. When not being used as a bed, they became a cabinet or wall shelf. Even IKEA, the Swedish furniture store, created a cabinet bed in the 1950s that looked remarkably similar to Sarah's invention. Regardless, Sarah's invention was a forerunner for hideaway beds. Even though similar inventions by others have become more popular and are used today, Sarah Good deserves the credit for being one of the first people in the United States to create a piece of multi purpose furniture. And that is our selection for today. And when I read the story about the cabinet bed, I thought about trundle beds that have storage underneath. Some that have storage underneath, but some that have the hideaway bed that pulls out from under bed and making space for two people to sleep, two or more people to sleep on different levels. And we owe that all to Sarah Good. And we are delighted to provide this Black History moment, lasting moment, this Black History legacy to you today on Children's Lit Day from our book, our selection for today, which is, I have to, let's take that, Black Inventors, 15 Inventions That Change the World by Kathy Trusty. First time on our list, but I don't think it'll be our last time. And we appreciate you joining us today for Children's Lit Day here at the International Great Black Read Aloud Day 2026 version. We will see you tomorrow for day 18 of the International Great Black Read Aloud Day. We will see you tomorrow and have a good night.